Dear students, good morning. I myself, Dr. Ganesh Prasad Behera, founder chairman, UTKAL International School, Chaudhar, Cuttack. Dear students, today we have discussed here the second chapter of Civics of class 10, that is Federalism. On the first chapter, we have discussed about power sharing, and on power sharing, we know the various parts, various problems about the faced by democratic governments. So the federalism is the main part and main structure of a successful or democratic government. So first we discuss here federalism and its future. Dear students, federalism is a democratic form of government in which the power to govern the country is shared or divided between the central and state governments. The main objective or main feature of federalism is the democratic form of government, and in which power is to govern the country is shared or divided. It is shared or divided between central and the state government. Largely, both these level of governments work independently. Both the government, the state government and the central government, both governments are work independently of each other. Example, in the world, USA, United States of America, Australia and Switzerland as the best example of federalism. In contrast to the federalism, there also exists a unitary form of government. In the unitary form of government, all powers are concentrated only in the hand of the central government. Okay, apart from federalism, there is a unitary form of government. In unitary form of government, all powers are concentrated only in the hands of the central government. So, provincial governments or local governments may exist, but they are bound to work according to the guidelines provided by the central government. There is also a provision of the provisional government and local government, but they both are bound to work under the central government. Examples: Great Britain, Sri Lanka and North Korea. They are in federalism. Example of countries: India, USA, Australia and Switzerland. That in that countries there is federalism type of government. But if we go the example of unitary form of governments, the countries like Great Britain, Sri Lanka and North Korea. So a point arises on your mind: what are the main features of federalism? What is federalism? What is the future? What is the base? Some main features of the federal form governments are: first, there are 2 or 3 levels of governments. In federalism government, there are 2 or 3 levels of governments. Just like example, there is a central government, state government and the local government in federalism process. And each level of government administrator over the same region. There is a specific region, specific area for the govern, but they have their own jurisdiction in matters of administration. For administration, they can't interfere. They go for the other jurisdiction. They have own jurisdiction in matter of administration, taxation and legislation. There is a limit, there is an area in federalism government. Then the third point is the government at each level derives its power from the constitution of the country. The government has power, but the power is given by the constitution of the country. They can't go beyond the constitution, and thus the central government can't dilute the powers of the state or local government. As per the constitution, there is specific powers for the central government, for the state government and for the local government. So the central government can dilute, can remove, can interfere the power of the state or local governments. The basic principles of the constitution and the rights given to the people can be changed by only one tier of the government. Okay, the one tier of government can change the basic principles of the constitution. There is a constitution, and the basic principle of constitutions and rights which is given by the constitution can be changed by anyone, or only one tier of government, only central government or state government no can change the constitution. It requires the consent of governments at the both levels, in central level and on the state level, to change any points, any modifications on the constitutions as the federalism type of government. So the basic principles of the constitutions and rights given to the people can change by only one tier of the government. It requires the consent of government at both levels. And another main feature of federalism government is courts of the country. Court, there is a court to review, to watch the laws as a referee between the central and the state government. There is a court to judge, to identify if any disputes arises between the two. If there is a dispute arises between state government and central government, then there is a court to compromise, to watch, to negotiate the disputes between the two, between the state government and between the central government. And another main thing is, in federalism type of government, both levels of government, there is a central government and state government. So both levels of government can collect taxes from the people according to the guidelines of the constitutions of the country. There is a forum, there is a point to collection of taxes. But how they collect the taxes? Now both levels of the government can collect taxes from the people according to the guidelines of the constitution of the country. Then the main point is, federalism thus not only safeguards the unity of the nation but also maintains the regional and linguistic diversity of the people. So what we face in federalism thus not only safeguard the unity of the country, because there is a bonding, there is a constitution, there is a law, and there is a court. So federalism does not only safeguard the country of the nation but also maintains the regional and linguistic diversities of the people. Okay, there are different linguistic, different cultures, peoples, but they are safeguards, they are safe. So it is to be noticed that both levels of government, state government and central government, should agree to the rules of power sharing and trust each other. If there is a central government, there is a state government, so there is a trust, there is a agreement, there is a trust between the two governments. Okay, another thing is, power of the central and state governments differ from country to country. We know on our world there are several countries. So as per their constitutions of the own country, powers of the central and the state government differ from country to country. So there are two ways in which country may become federal. There is two ways. We consider the country is federal country or not. So when independent states come together and form one country, they retain their power to maintain their identity. This kind of federation is called coming together federations. Example, United States of America and Australia. Okay, there is two forms. One form is the independent states. States are independent, but they come together to form a one country. Okay, and they retain their power to maintain their identity. Their own state's identity is maintained, and this kind of federation is called coming together federation. United States of America and Australia are the best example of these things. Then the second way in which a country can become federal is when it decides divide the powers between the central and state government. In coming together and federation government, states are enjoy their powers, but they coming together to become a one country. But as per the another thing, the second way in which the country can become federal when it decides to divide its powers between central and state government. This may be termed as holding together federations. Example, India and Spain. So holding together federation में क्या है? What happened? ना its powers divided between central and state government under the jurisdiction of constitution. Same as coming together federations. क्या? When the independent states come together and form one country, they retain their power to maintain their identity. This kind of federation is called coming together federations. Okay? Then we take a detailed discussion about unitary system and federal system. So first we discuss about unitary system. There is only in unitary system, I have told you before, there is only in unitary system there is only one level of government, and the sub-units are subordinate to the central government. Central government is the first pool. There is only one level of government in unitary system, and the sub-units are subordinate to the central government. But on federal system, there are two or more levels or tiers of government. In federal system, there is two or more levels of government. Same if we go to unitary system, the central government can pass or orders to the provisional of local government. The central government is powerful, and central government pass the orders to the local governments. But on federal system, the central government cannot order the state government to do something. There is central government has some power, state government has some power on federal system. But on unitary system, the central government can pass the orders to the provisional or local government. Then, dear students, another important thing that a central government is supreme, and the administrative divisions exercise only powers that the central government has delegated to them. Their powers may be burdened and narrowed by the central government. I have told you that unitary system, the central government is more powerful, and the below governments has to follow, to accept their rules only. They are not to challenge. But in federal system, state government has powers of its own for which it is not answerable to the central government. In federal system, state government has powers of its own for which it is not answerable to the central government. Okay? Then, dear students, our country now we have crossed on 140 crores, and we are very proud. Our India is a federal country. So we discuss the model of India. Why we are the federal country? India is a federal country. Dear students, you well know that India is a federal country. It has three tiers of government. Our India, there is three tiers of government. There is a central government which is seated at Delhi, the state government for different states, and the local bodies such as municipality corporations in city areas and panchayats on village areas. There are three lists which contain subjects in which the union and state governments may form laws. These are, first thing is union list. Okay, we go to union list. This list contains union list. What is union? Union list. What are the powers of union? The list contains subject of national importance or which only the central government form laws. There is a union list. Some of these are defense, foreign, banking and currency. It is important to form uniform laws on this subject, and these are the under jurisdiction of union list or union government. Then we go to state list. We know we have many states, so this list includes subjects of the states and local importance such as agriculture, irrigation, trade and policy. Such government form laws of this subject. This is pure jurisdiction of the state list or state government. Then concurrent list. There is a mixed list, concurrent. Subjects related to the interest of the both central and state governments are included in this list. This includes what? Forest, education, trade unions and marriage. In case there are conflict between both wings of the government, state government and the central government, the laws made by the union government or central government are deemed as final. So dear student, there is some power of the union government and there is some powers of state government. So if there is any conflicts rages between union government and state government, then the law passed by the union government or central government is final. So which are the concurrent list? Just as forest, education, trade unions and marriage. So dear students, subjects which do not fall in the above list are known as residuary subjects and fall within the jurisdiction of the union government. Dear students, in India, all state governments don't enjoy equal powers because there is some status, some provisions on our constitutions. For example, the state of Jammu and Kashmir enjoys a comparative autonomous status as it has its own constitutions. Okay, before, but now from 2019 it is removed to remove of the Article 370. But before 2019, Kashmir enjoys a comparative autonomous status and it has its own constitutions. Some states have little powers such as Lakshadweep, Daman and Diu. These are known as union territories. The union government has greater power over these territories because they are directly governed by union or central government or representative appointed by the central government. Then practice of federalism. It is an important thing. What is the practice of federalism? In India, federalism has become successful because of following reasons. So a question arises on your mind, dear students, why federalism success in India? Because creation of linguistic states. Okay, federalism has been successful because of the following reasons. What are the following reasons? Because creation of linguistic states, it's a very important thing that after the independence, dear students, we have got independent in 1947. After independence in 1947, many states were created based on the languages which were spoken by the people such as Maharashtra, Punjab, West Bengal and our Odisha also. Dear students, after independence, some states were created because of their geographical position, culture, ethnic identities such as Uttarakhand, Nagaland and Jharkhand. They are formed due to their geographical positions, cultural and ethics. Okay, and these states are Uttarakhand, Nagaland and Jharkhand. Dear students, an important thing is language policy. Language policy, which language should be adopted, which language we respect. After independence, there was a great deal of confusion as to which language should be the official language of the country. In 47, there is a big challenge. Which language will be the official language of the country, like India? while Hindi speaking states wanted Hindi to be declared as the national language. You know, our North India's, Central India's people are frequently speaking Hindi. So they are demanding that Hindi speaking states, they are demanding that Hindi should be declared as the national languages. Same as many non-speaking states wanted, just like South Indians, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, non-speaking states wanted English to remain as the official language of the country. There is a controversy between the peoples of our country, which language should be adopted as the official language of the country. The leaders of our country adopted a very cautious attitude while forming the language policy. It is a very risky thing. So our leaders adopt very careful, very cautious to forming the language policy. Hindi, which is spoken about 40% of our population. Do you know Hindi is our national language and it is spoken around 40% of the people, was declared as the official language. Many languages also recognized as scheduled language by the constitution. Apart from Hindi, there are 21 scheduled languages. Okay, Hindi is our official languages. After that also 21 languages are selected or enrolled on our constitution as scheduled languages. Candidates for appearing in any central exam may option to write exam in any one of these scheduled languages. Though there is a scope, there is a provision. Candidate appearing for any central exam, though students want to appear the central examinations, they may option to write exams in any one of these scheduled languages. Dear students, states have also their own official languages. There is a provision on our constitutions that states every states have their own official languages, and all government work is done in the official languages of the concerned state. Just like we are from Odisha, Odia is our official languages and it usually uses at any offices across the Odisha. Then such kind of arrangement has helped in preserving the culture of many linguistic groups and has maintained the diversity of our country. So our constitution accepted Hindi as official languages, but same as accept 21 languages as scheduled languages, and also constitution empower the states that say they have to select their own language as their state's official language. Then, dear students, we know in federalism there are many forms of government. There is a central government, there is a central government, there is a state government, and there is a local government. So relation, center and state relations is a very important issue. Center and state relations is very important issue. After independence, there are only few parties which form governments at the center and at the state levels. When rival parties form the government at the state level, the central government tried to misuse its powers by dismissing the state governments. This weakened the federal spirit of our constitution. Dear students, if after independence what happened? There are only few parties, and if center is one government and state is another party's government, so what happened? The party ruled in the central government tried to demolish, tried to harass the central government, the state government, and it is weakened. It is not good sign for the federalism, because if there is other party in the center and another party is state, or the central party wants to try to misuse the power and dismissing the state government, it weakened our federal system. Our federal system can be success. However, the condition improved after 1990, but after the 1990, when many regional parties emerged in different states, this also marked the beginning of the coalition government. The first coalition government was formed by Atal Bihari Vajpayee, led by NDA, National Democratic Alliances. Two or more parties formed the government in India at the center in the absence of a clear majority. If there is no clear majority, we know for our India the clear majority is 272 out of 543. So if there is no clear mandate, so coalition government, a group of parties make a government. Now in 2024, our government has not got the clear mandatory or clear majority. So on this state now there is a coalition government of BJP and Telugu Desam Party and Janata Dal United and Shiv Sena and so many regional parties has helped the BJP to lead an alliance to make a government, and the alliance is known as NDA, National Democratic Alliance. This led to a new era of power sharing. It's created a power sharing. Different states of region parties has involved in the government. So it is a good example of power sharing and independent working of the state government, and it gives empowerment, gives support to the states to work as independentness. So thus the principle of sharing of power has become more effective today than it was in the earlier years after independence. So now we are enjoying proper federalism. The principle sharing of powers has become more effective today than it was the most earlier after independence. Monopoly. After independence there is a monopoly. But now this is removed. Then decentralization in India. Apart from the central, dear student, we are federalism government. So apart from the central and state governments, when the powers are also given to the local bodies, the role of the local bodies is most important in federalism of government, such as municipal corporations in urban areas and panchayats in rural areas. It is called decentralization. Decentralization of power is important. Why? Why decentralization power is important? Dear student, decentralization of powers is important because certain problems of the people can be effectively solved by the local bodies, or the latter has a better idea of the problem which are faced by people at the local level. Because local bodies, just like municipalities, panchayat, they have a power, they have to power to solve the problems of the peoples directly at the local level. Dear students, in 1992, the constitution was amended to make local government more powerful and responsible. In 1992, our central government passed a rule to more powerful and responsible to the local government. So, what are the powers? Now it is hold elections for choosing members of local governmental institutions. They give the power for elections that they can choose the members for their local governments or local institutions. States are reserved for people belonging to the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes and other backward classes in local bodies. There is a provision, there is a chance, there is a power given to the states. Their states reserve the people belonging to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes and other backward classes in local bodies. And another main thing that law passed, 1/3 of the seats are reserved for the women. It is the big way for the women empowerment. The law passed for the local bodies in 1992. 1/3 of the seats are reserved for women. Then another important point, that state election commission was constituted in the states for holding elections in government bodies. Before 1992, there is no state election commission, but on the law passed on the 1992 that allow the state election commission was constituted in the state for holding elections in government bodies. And the important point of that law is it is mandatory for the state government to share powers or revenues with local bodies. Okay, there is a power, there is a limit they give that the state government share powers for revenue with local bodies. Then, dear students, a question arises on your mind, structure of the local bodies. Who is the local body? Why local body? वो किस टाइप का है? Local body क्या है? So, first, it be in village. Local body is panchayati raj. Local bodies in villages are known as panchayati raj. Each village or a group of villages in some states has a gram panchayat. Okay, this is a council constituting of several ward members. The panchayat is divided small zones which is known as wards, and of the members from the ward is called ward members, often called punch. Ward members are called punch, and a president which is called as sarpanch. So they are directly elected. Sarpanch is elected directly by all the adult populations living in a village or ward. Okay, why the process they have selected? The process that they are directly elected by all the adult populations living in a village or ward. Okay, Gram Panchayat is the decision making body for entire village. Dear student, Gram Panchayat is empowered, is powerful to take the decision making the related about the entire village. Then, dear students, the Panchayat works under the overall supervision of the Gram Sabha. The Panchayat is not individually, he is not take the decision individually or monopoly. The Panchayat works under the overall supervision of the Gram Sabha. All the votes in the villages are its members. Okay, all the voters in the villages are its members. It has to meet at least twice or thrice in a year to approve the annual budget of the Gram Panchayat. Okay, Gram Sabha is emphasizes to arrange the meetings twice or thrice in a year to approve the annual budget of the Gram Panchayat and to review the performance of the Gram Panchayat. It is a beautifulness of our constitutions. Okay, the Gram Sabha is to monitor the budget of the Gram Panchayat and review the performance of the Gram Panchayat. At the district level, okay, that is in village area, at the district level, many panchayats form the body known as Panchayati Samiti. There is a Samiti that is on district level or block or mandal level. The number of Panchayat Samiti representatives are elected by all the Panchayat members in that area. Okay, same time when Panchayat election comes, you found that there is a Sarpanch election and a Panchayat Samiti candidate elections. So the Panchayat Samiti is the level of district, block or mandal level, and they are also elected on the same process as Sarpanch. Okay, by head of the Panchayat. Okay, head of the Gram Panchayat or Sarpanch. Okay, and the Panchayat Samiti representative also elected by directly all the Panchayat members of that area. All Panchayat Samitis. Then next, third point, all Panchayat Samiti or mandals. Okay, all Panchayat Samiti and mandals in the district collectively constitute the Jilla Parishad. All the members of Jilla Parishad are elected. MLAs and members of the Lok Sabha are also member of the Jilla Parishad. It is on the district level, which governed by directly the collector, district magistrate. All Panchayat Samiti. First there is Sarpanch, then Panchayat Samiti member, then Jilla Parishad. So Jilla Parishad are formed. All Panchayat Samiti and mandals in the district collectively constitute the Jilla Parishad, and Jilla Parishad members also elected directly vote by the Panchayat area members, and members of Jilla Parishad are elected, and in Jilla Parishad MLA and MP of the Lok Sabha are also the members of the Jilla Parishad. So if we go to the base level, that is Gram Panchayat is village level, then Panchayat Samiti, here we see that Gram Panchayat, that is village level, then Panchayat Samiti, that is block level, then that is Jilla Parishad in the district level. That is all about the village area. Then dear students, important thing is that Municipal Corporation. Among the village part, Gram Panchayat and Panchayat Samiti and Jilla Parishad, there is a Municipal Corporation, and Municipal Corporations is working mainly on urban areas, sorry areas. So urban local bodies in small towns are known as municipalities, and large cities have municipality corporations. In small cities it is known as municipalities, and in large cities it is called municipal corporations. Both local bodies consist of representatives elected by the people. Okay, local bodies constitutes or elected by the local bodies. The municipal chairperson is the head of the municipality, while the mayor is the head of the municipal corporation. Okay, there is a municipal corporation, and the head, the chairperson of the municipal corporation is known as mayor, who lead the municipality corporation. This is new system of local government is the largest experiment in democracy conducted anywhere in the world. So constitutional status of the local government has helped to deepen democracy in our country. It has also increased women's representation and voice in our democracy. Dear students, this is all about your chapter 2, that is federalism. So on federalism, we know federalism is the democratic form of government in which power is to govern the country is shared between the central and state government. Then we discussed about the main feature of federalism. There are 2 or 3 levels of government. Each level of government administration over the same region. The government at each level derives its power from the constitution of the country. The basic principle of constitutional rights given to the people cannot be changed by only one tier of government. Courts of the country acts as a referee between the central and state government. If any dispute arises, both level of government can collect taxes from the people according to the guidelines of the constitution of the country. And the main types of government, that is coming together federations and holding together federations. In coming together federations, the example of countries are United States of America and Australia, and holding together federations are example India and Spain. Then there is unitary system and federal system. In unitary system there is one level of government. In federal system there are 2 or more level of government. And India, a federal country, because we have 3 tiers of government, that is union list, state list and concurrent list, to solve the issues, powers given by the constitutions. Then practices in federalism, that creation of linguistic states, linguistic policy and center-state relations, which I have discussed. Then decentralization in India and the points which are covered under the decentralization. Then the structure of the local bodies. There are 3 structures in local bodies in villages, that is Gram Panchayat, first level in village level, then Panchayat Samiti, that is block level, then Jilla Parishad, it is on district level. Then we discuss the municipal corporations and municipalities. The local bodies in small towns are known as municipalities and large cities as municipality corporation. So dear students, this is all about your first chapter of second chapter of the civics, that is federalism. Now I think I have resolved all your issues and for your better understand. Thank you dear students once again. I myself Dr. Ganesh Prasad Behera, founder chairman UTKAL International School, Chaudhar, Cuttack.